Hello everyone. Today we will increase a truly legendary bar called Crayons Y. This is one of the most popular bars in the world and millions of people have tried it. And it has been produced by us since 1923. Let's unpack it and cut it to look inside. And there are only two components here. The outside is milk chocolate, and inside is nougat with chocolate vanilla flavor. Despite its simplicity, the bar is unrealistically delicious. So, in order to increase it, you need a special form. We install one of the plywood into it, as well as all the walls. There are two large cracks, so we will press the plywood with a clamp. And the second one too. And from below, so that the form does not leak, we wrap it with a film. It's time to melt the chocolate. Now it needs a little bit, just to cover the bottom. Turn on the Marmite and stir periodically so that the chocolate melts faster. Done. We take out the gastro capacity from the magnet. And pour all the chocolate into the mold. Using a spatula, we spread it evenly over the bottom. While the form is still empty and light, we transfer it to the freezer. And we close it. It's time to make the filling of our giant Milky V, and for that we need egg whites. I took it in bottles at once, because I really need a lot of them. The first batch of nougat needs 7 liters. So, we open the bottles and pour them into a saucepan. Done. Here is also 1 kilogram of sugar, which then turned out to be a thicker foam. For balance, of course, you need salt and a bubble of vanilla flavor. We push this mixture aside for now and prepare everything for caramel, namely a large spoon, a gas cylinder, connect them with a hose and a saucepan up. So, the first component of caramel is corn syrup. We take it out of the box. We cut the package and pour 10 liters of syrup into a saucepan. Thanks to him, the caramel will not be candied. Here we will pour 30 kilograms of sugar. Three liters of water and mix so that all the sugar gets wet. We all supply gas and turn on the comfort. Caramel gradually begins to boil. To control the temperature, we will use a thermometer. 20 minutes later, all the sugar dissolved, and the temperature was fed more than 100 degrees. Therefore, it's time to return to proteins. In order to knock them down, we will use a huge mixer with a whisk attachment like this. We start whipping. Such a large volume of proteins is lost for an extremely long time. 20 minutes later, the long-awaited foam finally turned out, and the caramel just reached the desired 140 degrees. Turn off the burner and wait until the foam subsides. After that, we scoop up the caramel and pour a thin trickle to the proteins constantly and whisking. The main thing is not to get on the whisk, so that the caramel does not grab in the form of candy, but at the same time immediately stir with proteins so that it does not settle at the bottom. We continue to pour caramel. The pan is already filled with a foot, but the caramel is not over yet, so we lower it from the burner to the floor. And pour all the white mass into the caramel. Then mix well. Nougat is almost ready. You need to add milk chocolate to it, but first finely chop it. And put it in a bowl. Done. Now, constantly stirring, we send the chocolate to the nougat. Thanks to the chocolate, the taste and color will be as in the original. In a warm foot, it dissolves quite quickly. We stirred for half an hour and the nougat finally cooled down. At this point, she is almost ready. It remains only to freeze. To do this, we go to the freezer. And pour the leg into the mold. Of course, one batch of nougat is not enough, so you need to do more. Pour the proteins into the first saucepan. And in the second again corn syrup. 30 kilograms of sugar and water. That's it. We cook caramel in the same way and at the same time whisk the proteins. We combine all this together. Chocolate for taste and color and nougat is finally ready. Fill in the form of the second batch. This time I whipped the caramel a little and it froze at the bottom. We close the freezer. And we will quickly make the final third leg game. We pour it into the mold. Be sure to collect the foot from the walls with a shovel, there is even more leader. That's it, we leave it in the freezer overnight. In the morning we decided to check if our nougat was frozen. Well, for now it's too soft, so let's cool it extremely quickly in a slightly different way. To do this, we will lay a film on top. I bought one of the coldest substances in the world. Unpacking. This is dry ice, in fact it is compressed and cooled gas CO2. And it's in the form of these pieces. It is so cold that even an ordinary thermometer is not enough to show it. In general, its temperature is minus 78 degrees Celsius, so let's pour it right on top of the nougat. Distribute the dry ice evenly. The cold always descends from top to bottom, so the cooling should be effective. And we will cover the top with a large number of foil sheets, so that all the cold of dry ice affected the bar. Seal the foil tightly around the edges. That's it, close the freezer and leave for 8 hours. Well, let's check what happened. Remove the foil. And we see that all the dry bread has evaporated, and there is a powerful smell of carbonated water in the freezer. And check the nougat. Yes, it is completely frozen, so you can get it. The film on the outside of the mold can be removed, it has already saved in some places from smudges. And we open the walls. We also remove the plywood sheets. In some places, the film is strongly stuck, so we tear it off. Now is the time to melt milk chocolate, and this time you need more of it. Turn on the heating. There is a lot of chocolate, but for pouring it should be thinner, so we add oil. And with the help of a mixer, we will mix. The consistency is ready, what you need, you can get the gastro capacity. And start pouring chocolate. And also make a pattern like the original Milky Way. After the chocolate solidifies, the giant crayons are ready. He weighs as much as 110 kilograms. And let's cut off a piece. We're trying. It really looks like the original crayon way bar. And where we put it this time, try to guess in the comments. And if this video gets 200,000 likes, then I'll cook a giant picnic bar. Also subscribe to the channel, for now.